Our 12-year-old border terrier, Cromwell, was recently diagnosed with Cushing's disease. In addition to symptoms of hair thinning, a potbelly, and a rat tail, the poor guy has begun to experience rear leg weakness. And as far as mobility goes, well, he has his good days and his bad days. And as you can imagine, it's been extremely hard to see him in this state. Growing up, he was quite the junior adventure pup. Always by my side, hitting the hiking trails, enjoying a bit of bouldering, or running the makeshift backyard endurance courses we would build for him. But here's the encouraging upside. Even with his mobility issues, he's still as enthusiastic as ever to be out and about by our side. So we decided we had to help out our little buddy by building him a bespoke dog wheelchair. I have to say that two of the traits I find most endearing and impressive about my wife is her compassion for animals and her ability to see a problem and find a creative solution.
Starting to get noodly.
In the course of a few hours, she managed to cobble together scrap materials from the garage, 3D print out wheels, and build a prototype chair to test out. You want to test this thing out? Woo! All right. Oh, give me them legs. Oh, geez. All right, I think I missed. Nope, got him.
Tail?
Got the tail. Good boy. What are you guys doing to me?
All right, I'm just gonna tape you into this contraption.
Got
Good boy.
Good boy.
You wanna go on a walk?
Well, we'll see how this goes. Within mere minutes of turning our dog into a cyborg, we noticed a big difference. It was clear to see that the chair, as improvised as it was doing the job of providing his noodle legs with the support he needed. And where before the chair he stayed only on the sidewalk, he now seemed to regain his adventurous spirit, off-roading onto the parkways and confidently over the curbs. Though as we pressed on in this maiden voyage wheelchair walk, we quickly began to see the issues he encountered with this prototype, like spatial awareness. Fun fact, I don't know if you know this one, dogs aren't born with training wheels. And he often took corners too tight, or managed to hook himself when getting close to an object he intended to relieve himself on. We could also see that the wheels could really benefit from having some traction to help him get up and over the obstacles he was now so bound and determined to conquer in his new chair. Which leads now to the need for some sort of suspension, as he seems to constantly have each wheel on a different plane. And we need to dampen all the jolting and banging from transferring into his body. And probably the most important thing is the body harness. It needs to be snug enough to hold his hindquarters up in the chair while giving all four legs freedom of motion. Also, it needs to fit the body in a way that both a male or female dog can comfortably go to the bathroom. It made us so happy to see Cromwell trotting around so well with some simple printed wheels, bent plastic pipe, and duct tape that as soon as we returned home from our prototype test walk, we were ready to get going on research and development for version 1 of our dog wheelchair. Okay, so our plan for this V1 chair is to CG model it from scratch, then 3D print out most of, if not all of the parts. This wheelchair is the perfect example of the design principle, form follows function. And what better way to figure out mechanical functions than hot glue and cardboard mock-ups? And by purchasing and testing some remote control car shocks, as well as ordering a bunch of tiny, super specific hardware in a nifty nylon strap and buckle kit. It's blue. Then on to orthographic photos of Cromwell in front of a cutting mat with printed ruler grid, so we can use them to model a fairly accurate size and shape representation of our dog. There we go. One dog lump with giraffe legs that we can model our chair around. We're pretty excited to try out some new 3D printing filaments, like this high-speed TPU. It's a flexible rubber-like material, great for impact absorption and shock resistance. So it should be perfect for the wheels of our chair. And look at how great the nubbly tread we added printed out. For the rest of the chair, we plan on using some old rolls of ASA printing filament, mainly because of its resistance to UV light, weather, and high impact. One major update we want to incorporate is a mount over the body type of chair versus that of the prototype, which required us to awkwardly lift our 18-pound dog while trying to hold in position both the chair and his squirming legs and strap them both together. Not easy, and getting him out wasn't much better. Well, it took a couple of weeks, but we managed to make a test harness as well as finish modeling the chair, printing out all of the parts, and assembling everything. Are you ready? Here it is! Version 1. Hot dog. And at the time of filming this, we have been using this chair for approximately 1 month. And check this out. Easy one-person over-the-body top-mount attachment.
It's so easy.
Oh, but version 1 has been far from perfect. Before we even had a chance to get out the gate, we realized the top brackets were far too flimsy, causing pressure on his back and making it hard to walk. So to get the show on the road, we had to swap them out for a rigid piece of wood as a temporary fix. It took a few walks for him to adjust to the size and weight of this new chair, and for us to get the height adjusted to what seemed to be good for him. Soon enough though, we did begin to notice him taking wider turns and attempting to avoid walking over certain obstacles. So he has definitely been growing accustomed to it. And it's so cool to see the new wheels and suspension working so well for him. And when we did redesign and install the new top brackets, we were amazed at how much they allowed him to bend his back, turn on a dime, whip the chair around, and easily maneuver about. And just like with the prototype, seeing Cromwell hot stepping about so well with version number 1 only increased our desire to want to version up one more time. So there are 2 major updates we want to address this time around. The first being the overall weight of the chair. We want to trim the fat as much as possible on every single part. So we tried to streamline the design, finesse the mechanical details, and optimize the print settings for each part. Which leads into our second major update. Now that we've addressed the function side, as artists, we've been itching to address the form side. Aesthetically, we want to give the wheelchair a bit of 1950s classic car flair, with a dash of Indian motorcycle inspiration. And to create a retro color scheme, this time we are printing with a white and teal ASA filament. We also switched the tires TPU to a lightweight TPU, which will be a little lighter and a little squishier.
Hey, check this out. We pulled the fender opening back so that we could bring the weight down and expose more of the front of the tire. This will make it easier to surmount obstacles. The flare on the back of the fender allows the chair to stand when not in use. A surprisingly useful feature.
And we use some silver TPU to add on rubber trim bumpers to protect the fenders and dampen the blow when banging into stuff. We also tried to make the chair more user-friendly by adding reference numbers to each hole on the 4 vertical adjustment posts, as well as on the back supports. And we added push buttons to make adjusting the chair to our dog even easier when out walking. No tools needed. For the body harness, we added all sorts of adjustable buckles and some comfy perforated TPU back pads.
The nice thing about it being a quick release is that when we stop during a walk, we can just undo the chair from the harness and he can comfortably relax in it.
Until we hit the streets again.
Oh, Cromwell.
Are you ready to try out this new chair? Yeah? All right, let's go. Oh, and of course, we had to add a few fun bells and whistles. Like for when we go out on night walks. We added some cute little headlights and taillights. You know, over the past few months that we've been out testing the various wheelchairs, we've had a lot of people ask about them. And often, they're excited to hear that we made it.
Wait. What sign is on the cross?
So as a fun way to share on the go, we decided to add a little antenna with our coin logo on top that contains an NFC tag. So that when we meet someone who's curious, they can just tap their phone on the coin and voila, this video pops up. We're thrilled that we could use our artistic skills to create something so helpful for improving our dogs, and maybe in the future, other dogs' quality of life.
Well, thanks for joining us.
This has been Art 2 Cents on how we created a dog wheelchair for our noodle-legged dog.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Let's go, bud.
Let's go, pal. Into the sunset we go. Are you puppeteering our dog?
And
Aw, it's a baby bird.
peep, 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 and peep, and peep, peep.
We're covered in baby birds.